What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. There is a lot that needs to be talked about, so let's go. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is, have you ever watched Glee on Fox? That show was amazing. They had so many wonderful cast members on that. I actually auditioned to try to be on the show. I didn't get the chance to make it, but you know what? It was fun to do. And recently, there was a lot going on with some of the Glee members and everything on the way. And recently, we just found out that Mark Salling has passed away at the age of 35. He committed suicide, and it's just unbearable to hear about this. Now, in the past, Salling, he was indicted in May of 2016 on charges of receiving and possessing child pornography. He was tipped off, well, he wasn't tipped off, his girlfriend tipped off police that he was in possession of this, and he had downloaded at least 50,000 images and 600 videos of child pornography. And when this was going on, he pleaded guilty to one count of possession of child pornography involving a prepubescent minor and was scheduled to hear his sentencing on March 7th. And along with that, as part of his plea pardon, Salling was expected to be sentenced to 47 years in federal prison, following by a 20-year period of supervised release and registration as a sex offender. Now, Salling is actually the second member of Glee to have died from suicide. The first one was Corey Monolith. He died of an overdose in 2013. And another member of Glee. You know her. She had that whole thing going on with her ex-husband and everything else along the way. Now, Salling, he was basically a regular on Glee for the first 4 seasons, and then he became a recurring cast member during the last 2 seasons, as characters began to age out of their storylines and everything. And after this, Salling, he's survived by his mother, father, and his brother. And members of the Glee community and family, they went out and they sent out their condolences and everything else along the way. And it's just sad to hear about this. People committing suicide, and whatnot. And we have these videos, if you know what videos I'm talking about recently, about suicide and how, one can prevent this from happening and everything else along the way. I really wish that this didn't happen to him. I wish that he kept going on with life. I heard he was a lovely and caring person, and it's just so much to hear about this. And my condolences go to the family. And second thing I want to talk to you guys about is the whole State of the Union address. Now, some of you guys were happy about it, and some of you guys were not happy about it. I, for one, was not happy about it because he was talking about so much going on. He said that he did like the whole economy, stock market, immigration, and he was talking about being petty on certain items about the whole NFL kneeling, protest, and everything along the way. And along with that, there were some things, that kind of got to me, and I was going, what? What? Okay. And one of them was about the whole MS-13. He basically delivered an emotional and sinister message to them. If you guys don't know what they are, they basically a game network that originated in the U.S. but whose membership is largely composed of Central American immigrants, namely from those of El Salvador. Now, the Trump administration in January announced that they would strip more than 250,000 Salvadorian immigrants who have been in the U.S. since a 2001 earthquake of temporary legal status of July 2019. Okay. And then he also, he wanted to introduce the parents of Kayla Cuevas and Nisa Meekins, 2 teenage girls who were slain by members of the gang in September 2016 in Long Island, New York, as well as a Homeland Security agent who was targeted by the gang. And he said, members of these gang members take advantage of glaring loopholes in our laws to enter the country as illegal, unaccompanied alien minors, and wound up in Kayla and Nisa's high school. And he was talking about, when he said that, he was looking at the parents, like he visually, like he was looking upset, and he looked at the parents a long way. And he spoke about this, and he was talking about how he wanted to lay out the administration 4-point framework on immigration reform. He said, "We presented Congress with a detailed proposal that should be supported by both parties of a fair compromise, one where nobody gets anything they want, but our country gets the central reforms that it needs and must love." What? I mean, it's a lot to bear, but at the same time, I'm just going, what? And then continuing on, he was talking about like bipartisanship. It's people. It's not gonna happen here. And in his speech, he was talking about how he made several calls for the country and for the Congress to come together. He said, tonight I call upon all of us to set aside our differences to make a common ground and to summon the unity we need to deliver the people we are elected to serve. And he said, if we work hard, if we believe in ourselves, if you believe in America, then you can dream anything, you can be anything, and together we can achieve anything. What? And when he said that, you guys, they went to House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi. Pelosi? I'm not sure. But her reaction to that, it just shows that we ain't gonna come together. After everything he's done, we are not gonna come together. And then moving on with this speech, he had his greatest hits album. So basically, he was taking, he's talking about how he's done a ton of encouragement. He's done a ton of accomplishments and whatnot. Basically, his speech was 80% celebration of what he has done and 20% of what he's talking about he wants to do. But in truth, it may have changed, with Trump and everything he's done. And what it was almost about an hour in his remarks when he talked about a proposal, a massive infrastructure bill that he wanted Congress to take up. That Trump, he did some steam on the proposal front, pushing Congress to take his immigration compromise for once. And but like always, proposals aren't and let's work on top of his thing. He was basically just making sure that we get everything, that we got everything situated, and that he was out there fighting for everybody. He was doing what he can. He ain't. And lastly, Trump, he just wants to take everything away. He basically wants to erase everything that former President Barack Obama has done for our nation and just like burn it to the ground. And he was talking about, he's just a candidate for the anti-Barack Obama. He basically, and Republicans who in Obama saw everything that they disliked and, everything that all about the government, liberals love, they just ate it up. He spent on his first governing year talking about the whole anti-Obama thing as well. And, they just call him the Obama racer. He jettisoned the DACA. He pushed for the repeal of the individualist mandate. He has stripped out regulation after regulation put into place by Obama. And on that speech, he announced to keep his plans to keep Guantanamo Bay Prison in Cuba open. And this is a direct rebuttal to Obama's long-made and long-failed pledge to close the prison. People, y'all remember this. Because, when prior to this, to running for president, and even before his bid, Trump lacked any clear, thought-out set of policy prescriptions and thoughts of that. If you watched the State of the Union address, you would know that he only cares about himself. He doesn't care about the nation as much, and it's just there's a lot to say about that. I might have to watch the State of the Nation one more time just to not go crazy after watching it for the second time. But with that being said, I want you guys to tell me what you guys think about the whole State of the Union address that Trump has given. Also, what you think about Mark Salling. And also, anything else that's on your mind, let me know. I'm always out here for you guys, okay? Like, share, comment, subscribe. I love you guys no matter what. And for that, you guys have a wonderful day. Peace out.